William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois.
You're going to sleep.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Las Vegas, fight week. What's happening?
Oh, look, kid, looking forward to it. Just taking it all in, Coop. Look at this for an evening. Look where we are. How far I've come from a kid from starting off from the small old shores, boxing in front of nobody, and then I'm here in Las Vegas, chilling in a £20 million mansion or so.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Always could be worse.
But hard work, and I've got myself here with a good team around me. I'm looking forward to Saturday night to put on a great show, and I've got a tough fight.
I think people kind of see like your camp is kind of situated here in the house and blah blah. Same with Tyson as well, but this is kind of just the setting. You're still putting in the work like day in day out.
Yeah, people said to me, I've had a couple of phone calls. Oh, it must be great training in Las Vegas. But do you know what? It's actually not. It's horrible. Because you walk down that street, you come to Vegas to either drink, food, or gamble, and it's 40 degrees. Do you know what I mean? So you need to drink, right? So if you're not eating crap and drinking, you go to the gym, you come back. You've seen what we've been doing all week, KUGAN, since you've been here. We don't leave the house. You don't talk to the boys. Everyone's sick of looking at each other. It's Groundhog Day. It's training camp. That's what we're here for. People must think sometimes we come here. Oh, yes, I know it sounds good because you're training in Las Vegas. Like, oh yeah, you're up and down. You don't go out party. You're not going up and down. You don't. So it's good for nothing really. Only what it's good for is a nice bit of weather on a weekend when you finish your training to chill out and relax.
I look at you and I look at your career and I kind of see similarities with Jose, who you're obviously in camp with, his career as well. That you're crying out for these big fights that you don't seem to be getting. I mean, you're on a great card here and on big exposure here. That goes without saying, but I get a feeling there's so many fights out there.
Yeah, well, I think there's so many fights to be made for me now. I mean, everyone knows the quality what I'm at, obviously. But since the Ryan fight and that, I never it's really brought for me. But obviously linking up with MTK now, they've got me back out. They got me out on the Fury undercard again before Christmas. So I won the WBC belt. So I'll defend that on Saturday. I got against a tough opponent, a tough kid, and hopefully I win that. I'll move on to some bigger fights this year. Hopefully I get a chance. I notice I'm number 5 with the European, and Gavin's number 3 or 4. So that could be a fight to be made for a European title shot, which could be me and him next in line for it. Or it'll be a good fight, that, do you know what I mean? Or I said there's the Ryan Walsh rematch. Or there's so many fights to be made in Britain, just in Britain alone now, do you know what I mean? But as I said, I can't look past the weekend. I want to get past this fight. And as you said, I'm crying out for the fights, you know what I mean? I'm here to fight, and then hopefully we'll get some news and we'll get some big fights.
What can you tell us about your opponent this weekend? What do you know about him?
I've watched him. He's number 8 in number 7 or so in the USA ranked. So he's good. He's 17 with 15 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat. So he's small. He's about 5'4", but he's very, very strong. He's like a Chinese. I don't know what he used to be, fair. But he's very tough, he's very strong. He generally comes for 10 rounds, non-stop. He grounds, so if I'm not on my A game with my boxing ability and keep it switched on, it could get into make it into an hard fight. So I've got to be switched on from round 1, and then make sure I not just win. Not just want to win. I need to win with a great display and a good show in front of the USA fans and ESPN and going on BT Sport. So I want to be looking good, and this is my chance, as you said. If it looked good and perform good, then maybe I might get a break through some big fights or start getting a bit of leeway.
All you can really do is kind of do your job in the ring and kind of let the people around you kind of guiding you to kind of do everything else.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. As I said, since I've linked up, like now, look where I'm training at, look at the trainer. I'm lucky to have Tyson around me to be training this for. Doing this is kind of training, having the best training you can possibly get, the highest level of training. So I'm lucky and blessed to be linked up with Tyson and Ben and them, do you know what I mean? And having management company at the back of me with MTK. So it's, as you said, as long as I'm putting hard work in the gym, working hard, grinding the wins out, I'm doing what I need to do, and surely sooner or later I've got to get a shot at something. I think with the WBC and rank number 15, hopefully win at the weekend and move down the ranks of that. Keep developing that way with the WBC rankings, and as I said, we can look at that European or maybe go back down to the British. I'm past British level, do you know what I mean? I don't really want to be jumping back down that level, but if the money was right and the right fights was there ahead, then yes. Well, listen, as I said, I will fight anyone, do you know what I mean? But it's down to my team, and so we'll just work on that.
How long have you been out here in Vegas?
4 weeks we've been out in Vegas for. This is our 4th week, 3 week, so this is the 4th week.
Tell us a little bit about kind of your day-to-day here. I mean, I know you kind of briefly touched on it, but kind of a little insight into having your camp here with obviously Team Fury as well.
Yeah, the day is just roughly, we get up roughly 7, half 6, 7, because obviously the times we're used to a bit back home and that. Get a bit of breakfast, chill out for an hour, then we usually go to the gym, boxing gym around about 10. We do our boxing training. We're usually back about 12ish or so. Come back, have a bit of lunch, chill around the pool, relax, and then we either do our weight and strength and conditioning at night, or we do a run regarding what nights or what days we're sparring on. And that's just roughly it, really, KUGAN. To be fair, it's the same in day out. Do you know what I mean? Eat, sleep, and repeat. That's all we do. But it's part of training camp. Do you know what I mean? It's part of life. We're not here to have a good time. We're here to knuckle down and train and to win our fights.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I've been here all this week, and kind of you guys you kind of, I think there was one night where the boys kind of just went for a walk.
Yeah, coming up to the fight now, well, the trend's in the bag, do you know what I mean? I'm done, Tyson's done, we've done all the hard work, so as I said, now it's more like relaxing, make sure my weight's alright, which I'm bang on. Tyson obviously cooling down, and just going for little walks, relax, just clear your mind. Because as I said, sitting in these houses all the time, or sitting around the same place, you get bored. The long days when you're not training, you're different when you're training, you come back, you train hard in the gym, you're quite tired, so you're happy to have a lay down for an hour and get your lunch and go to sleep, you know what I mean, believe it or not. But when you're not actually training, and you're looking at your clock every 2 minutes, what time is it now? Is it the time for bed, Jay? Is it time? You're waiting for the days to go by, because now we're just waiting to let go, let it go, do you know what I mean, and fight. So, yeah, things are going for a walk, having a game of FIFA with the lads, having a bit of crack. Something just to keep your mind occupied, and good job there's a good team around us, a good bunch of lads with us to keep ourselves busy and keep ourselves going.
What's it like kind of being around Tyson in camp? How is he? Because obviously the public kind of see like the stuff like today, the press conference stuff, but kind of living with him day to day, you know, is he kind of quiet around you, or? Yeah,
well, you know he's quiet, don't you? Do you think he's quiet? No, he's Tyson's Tyson. What you see, what you get. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't change on the camera, off the camera, whoever he's with. He's just who he is. That's the way he is. He's good to be around because obviously I look up to him a lot, and seeing the things what he does and pick up new things off him. And I used to, when you finish training and you're tired, he's always good person to have a laugh with. He's always on for doing something, always pulling stunts up each other. So he's guaranteed going to come out and do something. Because Chev just walks and walk out. He's going to jump in that pill now, guaranteed.
Well,
This is what you get with Tyson. This is what you get with Tyson. You never,
oh, mate.
You never get a dull moment in camp with Tyson.
All right, boss!
What were we saying? Yeah, never a dull moment.
You think he's chilled out in peace, and then he comes and does things like that. Surprised he's not trying to trick me in. Don't talk too soon.
Oh, please.
Be here, man. Be here, man.
Yeah, Coop,
Whoa!
Yeah, Coop,
Oh,
get some camera.
leave up! Help!
This is what I've got to put with her.
Oh, mate.
30-year-old, by the way. 30-year-old.
30-year-old and still going on like a lunatic.
So it's all fun, isn't it? So it's all fun. Listen, we've got to have the fun in camera.
Get a cock on camera. Only windmiller.
No, because
Is there any need for this?
no, because
Go on, Nate. We get in the house,
Get
man.
the balls on the camera then if you're not sitting.
I'm not putting it on there because
Get it on.
It'll block.
Get on, you pussy.
It'll block the video. Can I ask you one question, quickly? How good of a fighter is he?
Very good fighter. Very good.
He just doesn't seem to be getting the big fights, is he?
Oh, he's a WBC international champion. He's had a draw for the British, draw for the European, 2 times English, Commonwealth. Not doing very bad where I come from, unbeaten in 20 fights. On the undercard of the biggest fight around at the minute. And the best
He
heavyweight
was on
around.
the undercard of your fight with Wilder as well.
It don't get any better than that, does it? You know, he's fantastic. Look at him. He's got a little tiniest cock you've ever seen. Like that.
Yeah, I'm not panning down. I'm really not
Go
panning
on, everyone
down.
wants to have a look.
YouTube will block the video, so
What that?
no. Fuck you.
That's what you got to put with it.
That's what you got to
And you
put up
think
with.
he's chilled out and ready. Fucking hell.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois.
You're going to sleep.